Hey guys, Brayden here, and today we're taking a look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Pteranodon figure. This is part of the Roarvors line, so it's one of the dinosaurs with electronics, but no real action gimmick per se. I don't remember when this one specifically was released. I think Wave 2 or 3, I think 2, but it was the only pterosaur in the Roarvors line, and one of the two pterosaurs at all in the Fallen Kingdom toy line initially. The other was the Dimorphodon, which is one of the Attack Pack figures. Now, this figure has been repainted fairly recently as part of the Dino Rivals lineup, but the coloration there is pretty terrible, so I picked up this one. Luckily, I found this one at a Fred Meyer's. I found the original coloration. Thank God. Because I didn't pick this guy up back when it was initially released, mainly just because I wasn't really into collecting Jurassic Park figures at that time. But I've sort of gotten back into collecting them, and yeah, unfortunately, you can already see one of the problems I have with this figure is it's very difficult to pose, because unfortunately, it's in a flying pose, which means it's almost impossible to get pose on a shelf. Forget it, because this thing is so huge that it will take up so much shelf space. Just wingspan-wise, I think it's the widest of the entire Roarvors lineup. Like the other Roarvors, it does have a couple of sound effects. If I could get the button to work. What the hell? Okay, for some reason the button really doesn't want to work. Oh, I see. Jeez, how many does this one make? Okay, so from what I've gathered, unlike the other ones, the sounds don't play in a loop. They are randomized, it seems, on this guy. And apparently he has a flapping gimmick, which he will also do if you press down on the button. He's supposed to do it when you press down on the button. Okay, my finger was in the way, that's why. Yeah, of the Wave 2 Roarvors, this guy is probably, you know, the pterosaur figures in Jurassic Park lines tend to be fairly good most of the time. The Jurassic World Pteranodon figure notwithstanding, because that figure was awful. But for the most part, this guy's kind of okay as a Roarvor goes. He's not great. And my main problem is just I can't get him to look good. Now, you'll see the wings are actually jointed. Unfortunately, that makes the bottoms of the wings look ridiculous. From the top, they look okay. There's that obvious seam. I really wish they hadn't done that. I really wish the wings were one piece, because you can actually move these, but all that does is create a giant hole in his wing, or you can bend the wing backwards all the way, and that just looks painful, so we're not going to do that. Let me get this back out. Yeah, unfortunately, this thing is not very easy to move. Ow. Okay, there we go. And you'll also notice the head is actually on a ball joint, so it can move. That's the only real point of articulation on the body that works, because the wings do not work that well. You'll also notice the jaw is complicated. It's supposed to be able to open, but it feels really weak. This joint feels... Look, just heading it on the table there caused the jaw joint to close. It is not a very strong joint, is what I'm getting at. But it can open somewhat, although unfortunately that will reveal that this guy has teeth, unfortunately. Thankfully, they're a lot less obvious than the ones in the Jurassic World original Pteranodon, but they're still there. This figure's not really that great. I wasn't really expecting this figure to be amazing, but it's okay. At the very least, I will give it this. It is fairly movie accurate in appearance. This does somewhat resemble the Pteranodons from Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. There are some small differences. The colors are a little bit different. The ones in the movie were more gray than blue, and the crest is a bit longer than the ones in the film, because the ones in the film actually had accurate crests for female pteranodons. But it is revealed through some of the supplementary material there are male dinosaurs in Jurassic World, so maybe this is just a male pteranodon that didn't appear in the movie. I don't know. If you're a fan of Jurassic World, This guy might be in your interest, but if... Oh, I just realized he does have another point of articulation. Sort of. The feet are capable of rotation, but you're not really going to get anything out of them. But anyways, if you're a fan of the Jurassic Park series, maybe pick this guy up. I don't know.